Have you ever been in a room full of people, laughing, talking, connecting, and felt completely invisible? Not because you're shy, not because you're arrogant, but because your mind is running on a different frequency. You hear the conversation, but you also hear what's not being said. The patterns, the contradictions, the hidden motives. And while everyone else is enjoying the moment, you're analyzing it, deconstructing it, predicting where it goes next. And suddenly, the laughter feels distant, the connection feels thin, and you realize you are here, but you are not with them. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a quiet question lingers. Is this what it means to be smart? Or is it just being alone? Because high intelligence is often sold as a gift, a ticket to success, a reason to be admired. But psychology tells a different story. For many highly intelligent people, intelligence isn't just an advantage, it's a barrier. Because when your brain processes information faster than the world around you, life doesn't feel easier. It feels slower, heavier, and strangely, more lonely, especially when you realize most people aren't looking for depth. They're looking for comfort, and you are stuck in between, too deep for small talk, too aware to ignore the truth. This is the first thing high IQ individuals notice, but rarely say out loud. Their minds move fast. Ideas connect instantly. Patterns emerge before others even finish their sentences. But the world moves at a normal pace, so conversations become an exercise in patience. You wait for the point. You wait for the logic. You wait for the other person to catch up. And in that waiting, boredom sets in. Not rude boredom, just mental starvation. You start nodding, smiling, pretending to be engaged. But internally, your mind has already moved on to the next idea, the next problem, the next possibility. And over time, this creates a subtle distance. You stop sharing your real thoughts because explaining them takes too much energy. So you simplify, you dumb it down, you fit in. But the cost is high. You begin to feel like an actor in your own life, performing normalcy while hiding the speed of your mind. Here is the paradox no one warns you about. Being able to see all possibilities doesn't make decisions easier. It makes them terrifying. Most people choose a path, and they move. Simple, direct, unburdened. But the highly intelligent mind, it sees 10 paths, and for each path, 10 potential failures, 10 risks, 10 reasons why it might go wrong. So instead of acting, you analyze, you research, you simulate outcomes in your head, again and again and again, until the opportunity passes or until the anxiety becomes too heavy to carry. This isn't indecision, it's hyper-awareness. It's the burden of knowing too much. And eventually, you start avoiding choices altogether, because choosing means risking error. And for a mind that values precision, error feels like failure. So you stay still, safe, but stuck, watching life happen from the sidelines. This part is exhausting, because highly intelligent people often learn early on, if I show how my mind works, I will scare people. Or worse, they will think I'm showing off. So you build a mask, a persona of normal. You laugh at jokes you've already deconstructed. You agree with opinions you know are flawed. You stay silent when you want to correct the facts. Not out of malice, out of self-preservation. Because being too much is dangerous. Being too intense is isolating. So you shrink. You compress your thoughts. You filter your words. And by the end of the day, you are drained, not from work, not from socializing, but from the effort of translation. Translating your complex inner world into a language everyone else understands. And sometimes you wonder, who would I be if I didn't have to hide? Pause for a second. Think about the last time you held back a thought, the last time you simplified an idea, the last time you stayed quiet because explaining yourself felt too tiring. How much of your true self have you edited out just to fit in? And how lonely does it feel to be understood by no one? Here is the painful truth. High IQ does not guarantee high emotional resilience. In fact, It often complicates it because you can rationalize everything. You can explain away your pain. You can logic your way through grief. But feelings don't care about logic. They don't care about reasons. They just are. And when you try to think your way out of feeling, you get stuck. You become disconnected from your own emotions because you've spent so long analyzing them that you've forgotten how to simply feel them. This creates a strange numbness, a detachment. You watch your own life like a documentary, observing, commentating, but not participating. And when others ask, "How are you?" you give the logical answer. "I'm fine. I'm busy. I'm okay." Because admitting you're hurting feels inefficient, illogical, weak, but underneath, there is a deep, quiet ache for connection, for vulnerability, for someone who sees you, not just your mind, but your heart. Modern society rewards speed, simplicity, surface-level engagement. Scroll, like, move on. But the highly intelligent mind craves depth, nuance, complexity, meaning. So when you look around, everything feels shallow. Conversations feel empty. Entertainment feels repetitive. Relationships feel transactional. And you start to wonder, am I the problem? Am I too difficult? Am I asking for too much? But maybe you're just asking for something real, something substantial, something that lasts. And in a world designed for distraction, depth is rare, depth is hard, depth is lonely. But it is also where true connection lives. The turning point comes when you stop trying to fit and start trying to find the people who speak your language. Find the spaces where depth is welcomed. Find the courage to say, "This is how I think. This is how I feel. This is who I am," without apology, without simplification, without fear. Because your intelligence is not a barrier, it is a bridge to deeper understanding, to richer experiences, to truer connections. It just requires patience, patience with yourself, patience with others, and the willingness to stand alone until you find those who walk beside you. Ask yourself this: are you lonely because you are broken, or are you lonely because you are rare? There is a difference. One leads to shame, the other leads to strength. Because being rare means you have something unique to offer, something the world needs, even if it doesn't realize it yet. Maybe you felt like an outsider for years. Maybe you've hidden your mind to keep your friends. Maybe you've silenced your thoughts to keep the peace. But perhaps it's time to stop shrinking. Your depth is not a flaw. Your speed is not a fault. Your need for meaning is not a burden. It is your signature. And somewhere out there are people waiting for exactly that. People who are tired of the surface. People who crave the deep. People who are ready to meet you where you truly are. So don't dim your light to fit in. Shine it brightly. And trust the right eyes will see it. If this felt real, you're not alone. Here we explore growth, success, and the human mind without noise. Just honesty. I'll see you in the next one.